Dear Andrew, I'm a soon-to-be 32-year-old wrapping up a PhD program. This is from a woman. I'm wondering about my future. I was raised in a typical conservative Christian family. I was raised to think it was unladylike for girls to ask boys out. I'm not and have never identified as a feminist, but flash forward to almost 3 degrees later, and I've turned into a sort of stereotype that is popular for other conservatives to describe. Educated but unmarried and unfortunately wanting what now it looks like I won't have. I've struggled with depression all my life, but it's gotten significantly worse since I turned 30. I've gone to church all my life and watched other girls find good men in Bible studies, but have been unable to replicate the process. Should I just make peace with being single, celibate, obviously, because of her Christian convictions, and do the best I can? Or is there a strategy I'm missing? I realized too late that I want a family, despite always being deeply suspicious of men and assuming that they're untrustworthy and eventually leave, as my dad did. Obviously, this isn't something that all girls experience, so it's just something to do with me. I don't know how to reconcile this desire for a family with my reality and still identify as a Christian with conservative principles, as any Daily Wire Backstage podcast forces me to confront. Okay, so you're asking this question of me, so all I can do is give you my impressions, and I'm going to give you my impression of that letter, which is that it is saturated. The letter is saturated with anger. It is imbued with anger on every level. Anger against your father, anger against men, anger against God as well, for forcing you into this kind of state where not only, do you not have a family, you can't even have sex or use sex as a way of getting a man to like you, even though you find them untrustworthy. Obviously, it seems to me, this anger stems from your father deserting the family. And your father walking out of the family. And the thing about a father, look, a father is a symbol that works both upward and downward, right? He's there to represent God. He is there to represent God. Obviously, he's not going to be perfect like God. He's not going to be all powerful like God. He's not going to be all wise and omniscient like God, but he can be just. He can be loving. He can be fierce in imposing righteousness and discipline. He can bring both justice and mercy, and he can be unswerving, that he never leaves. He's dependable. He's there insofar as that is within his power. Your dad failed in doing that, and so that makes you angry at God. I can hear it. I can hear that you feel constrained in this Christian world where other girls are somehow gaming the system and finding good men, but you can't, for reasons you can't understand, because they don't have anything to do with the Christianity. They have to do with your anger. I mean, men, just like women, they can sense when something is going on, that hostility, they know that's there. Your father also failed you going downward, because your father is your first representation of men, of maleness. I mean, this is what's so ridiculous about all this stuff they talk about where you get to choose your gender and all this. You don't. You are a gender, and the people that you meet in that gender at the beginning represent that gender for you and establish an idea that you have. So now you have the idea that that all men are going to desert you. And certainly there are plenty of men who will desert you, who are untrustworthy, but also plenty of men who are virtuous, trustworthy, protective, loving, and will stick around and uphold their words. So the problem that you have, you have a problem. Obviously, you sense that as you get to be 30, obviously girls, what is it? They have this value of youth and of beauty that men like. But that doesn't mean that it's too late. That doesn't mean that the clock just runs out and a bell goes off and you're done. That's ridiculous. So the problem that you have is not meeting men. The problem that you have is your anger. The problem that you have is you're angry at men, you're angry at God, and it's making it hard for you to maneuver. You think it's about your degrees. You think, oh, I'm so educated, no men are intimidated by me. You think it's about the confines of Christian belief. It's about none of those things. It's about your anger and the way that those things are playing off the other things. So fix it. You got to go. I would say you're going to have to go into therapy probably. It's very hard to go back into that world of your youth when these terrible wounds are suffered alone. It's hard to go back and understand it alone, and it's something that you need to expunge. You need to face it, confront it, understand that your father failed. He failed to represent God. That's not God's failure. That's his. He failed to represent good men. That's not men's failure, that's his. And so you're going to have to deal with that if you want to move forward. And I think you can. It's not impossible. You know, I want to pause there before going on to the next letter. There was a wonderful video making the rounds of a dad talking to his little boy. They're sitting on the couch, and the baby is pre-verbal. He can't talk, but he's carrying on this complete conversation. If you haven't seen it, here's just a little bit of it.
That's what I was wondering. I don't know what they're going to do next season because they did some stuff this time. Exactly what I was thinking. Oh, yeah. Right. Don't bring that in. You know what I'm saying? Don't do the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah. Yeah. Like, go somewhere else with that, but don't break here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what I said. He was like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, what in the world? But don't do it here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I love that video, but it shows you, right? The kid is looking at his dad and learning how to be a man and learning how to be a human being. And babies do that. Both sexes do it. They both look at their fathers and they learn from seeing. The thing about being a dad, they got to be able to smell you. They got to be able to sniff you. You know, like it's not good enough to be far away and say, oh yeah, I still see him on weekends. You got to be there, pal. And when they fail you, that's what you lose. You lose all that representation of both God and men.